At the beginning of the movie, we watch two friends, Emma and Olivia, or simply Liv, even as children imagine how their wedding will be held. Almost all the girls' games are devoted to the celebration and preparation for it. This obsession started at the Plaza Hotel 20 years ago. Two women brought their daughters there to have a little relaxation themselves. Coincidentally, the hotel was hosting a wedding that very day. Emma and Liv began to dream that their wedding would also take place in June at the Plaza. Back home, the girls decide to have a wedding in their attic, setting up an altar and dressing up as bride and groom. Emma asks to be the bride next time. However, her friend resists, believing that only she should be the bride. A lot of time passes. The heroine grows up and together with Liv comes as a guest to the wedding. Emma and her friends still dream of the Plaza Hotel. The heroine dances with her boyfriend Fletcher and jokes about his predictability. Liv's boyfriend Daniel offers to drive the car on the way back, offering a piece of cake for it. However, the girl refuses, reminding that she is always the only one behind the wheel. There comes a moment when the bride throws her bouquet. On the freeze frame, you can see how desperately the heroine and Liv are eager to get it. The action moves back a bit. At that time, the friends did not even suspect that they could ever go against each other because their friendship lasted for about 20 years. Together with Liv, the heroine goes out for a jog. Then the girl goes to her office, where she works in a prestigious position of a lawyer. Liv's policy towards the enemy is very tough, but this only attracts clients. With Emma, things are quite different. Soft and sensitive, the heroine works in a school, considering it her vocation. Emma often substitutes for her colleague Deb and does different jobs for her because she can't say no. After work, Liv invites the heroine to her house and is angry that Daniel has not yet proposed to her. Her friend helps Emma pick out new clothes and gives her a blouse that she has long dreamed of. While sorting out things, Liv accidentally finds a small box for a ring. At the cost of many efforts, Emma manages to take away the box, believing that it is wrong to deprive Daniel of the opportunity to surprise her. Overjoyed, Liv invites her friends and her brother Nate to a bar to celebrate the proposal. The girl leaves abruptly, and Emma follows her. Liv admits that she is sad because her parents did not live to see this day. The heroine asks her friend not to be so inflexible and not to hide her feelings. However, at the same time, Emma admires such resilience and willpower. Back home, the heroine sits down to dinner and opens a fortune cookie. And it turns out to be an engagement ring. In a real delight, Emma calls Liv and other friends, not all of whom are happy about such news. The next day while jogging, the heroine shares her plans for a wedding at the Plaza. Unable to stand it, Liv rushes to her boyfriend at work and asks him to marry her. Daniel stiffly clarifies that it wasn't a ring in the box they found. The man begins to spell out all of Liv's good and not so good qualities and then does pull out the box. Daniel jokes that the girl only had to wait until tonight to get the ring in a more romantic setting. Soon, both friends come to the famous wedding agent Marion St. Clair. The woman tells them that the wedding is the first day of their real life. Marion manages to pick two dates, June 6th and June 27th. Until the wedding itself is 3.5 months, so the friends actively begin preparations for their celebrations. Liv and the heroine choose dresses, cakes, flowers, music, and other attributes. Emma decides to get married in her mother's dress, and therefore offers her friend to buy the outfit that they both liked. Suddenly, the girls receive a call from Marion. The woman tells them that there has been a terrible mistake. Liv and the heroine's weddings were coincidentally scheduled for the same day, June 6th. The nearest available date is June 15th, but 3 years later. Liv asks the heroine not to worry, as she is a lawyer and will be able to persuade the other bride to switch with them. However, Marion regretfully informs her that she can't divulge her client's name. Then Emma and her friend interrogate Angela's former secretary, who mixed up their dates. The other bride proves to be very resistant and refuses to change the date. Emma and Liv spatially discuss that one of them should give up the wedding for the other. The heroine feels that she should have the wedding as she has been saving up for it since she was 16. When Fletcher suggests a double wedding, Emma refuses, believing that the day should belong to her alone. When she learns that Liv has started choosing the invitations, the heroine is angry. As for that, she needs to know the new date. Emma decides to act and sends everyone an email with errors inviting guests to the wedding on June 6th. Liv accidentally learns about it from her friends during a general meeting. The girl begins to insult the heroine and threaten her wedding. Emma begins to do the same, because of which the friends quarrel and separate. Both weddings are to take place on June 6th, but there is a new problem: to find a bridesmaid. In desperation, Emma chooses to offer Deb the role. Liv, on the other hand, asks her coworker Carl to be a friend of the bride. The girl picks out the cake and worries about Emma not having anything like it. Deb offers to get revenge on Liv for stealing the DJ from them. She reminds Emma that the girl bought a very tight and expensive dress, and it is possible to trick her into not fitting into it. Liv, on the other hand, learns that the heroine is going to take dance lessons. Carl offers to spoil the moment. The heroine sends Liv sweets to keep her from fitting into the dress. Fletcher, together with his fiancée, rehearses a waltz, which turns out to be quite strange. After a while, a new teacher appears in the studio, and the heroine realizes that it was Liv's pranks. Marion reflects that the last month before the wedding is a major test for couples, a way to see how they work together. Emma continues to plot against her friend and publishes a supposedly scary photo of her in the newspaper. Then Liv starts a rumor that the heroine is pregnant. Trying on the dress, the girl is startled and sighs loudly. Daniel rushes to her aid and asks what happened. Liv is angry that she has gained 3 kilos and now she can't fit into her elegant dress. Daniel tries to support the girl, and then she asks him not to send any more sweets. The man denies that he did it, and Liv realizes that the heroine again decided to spoil her wedding. The girl decides to take revenge. Emma decides to visit a tanning salon before the wedding so that her skin becomes a light honey shade. However, Liv doesn't stand aside and makes some changes. The girl changes the can of honey paint to dark orange. Emma gets very upset and tells Deb that the paint does not wash off her skin. The heroine remembers that Liv will obviously be bleaching and touching up her hair before the wedding. Emma then sneaks into the salon and changes the needed dye. Liv's hair turns blue, and the wedding is only a week away. Returning home, the girl finds a disc called Emma on Spring Break and realizes that she will still be able to answer her rival. The heroine sees a lot of children's toys and realizes that Liv set her up by informing one of her friends about her false pregnancy. The girl is having fun at a bachelorette party and is invited to join the dancers on stage. Emma, sitting in the club, declares that she is also a bride and offers to organize a dance battle. The heroine manages to come out of it victorious. This greatly upsets Liv, and she drinks to get rid of the humiliating feeling of losing. A girl doesn't hear her alarm clock and forgets to cover her hair before work. At a business meeting, Liv mixes up her notes and cries while recounting her drama. The boss decides to suspend her from the case, deeming her incompetent. Back home, Liv cries again and complains that she always wanted to be perfect. Daniel supports the girl and says that she does not need to try to conform to some higher ideals because he loves her as she is. In addition, the man notes that blue hair is very adorable Liv, making her look like an alien. Things are not going so smoothly for the heroine with her fiancé. Emma realizes that Fletcher is angry that she is having emotions and is no longer as nice and comfortable for him as she used to be. Both Liv and the heroine realize that they miss each other a lot. The girl tries to catch up with Emma on a jog, but her friend can't hear her because of her headphones. The heroine calls Liv at the office, but she is busy. Emma runs into Nate, Liv's brother, on the street and helps him choose a tuxedo. The guy is very sensitive to the heroine's worries and tries to support her. Finally, the wedding day comes. Emma finds the strength to put Deb in her place and explain that a bridesmaid should not draw attention to herself. The heroine's father blesses Liv before her wedding, realizing that her parents would have wanted it. The girl suddenly remembers the disc Emma on Spring Break and asks Carl to urgently replace it with a real wedding video. However, the guy decides not to do it. Emma talks to her father and receives from him her old box with wedding things. The heroine cries and realizes she has to talk to Liv. The brides only have time to see each other before entering the hall. Emma is walking down the aisle when a compromising video suddenly turns on. The heroine is angry and attacks Liv, but then comes to her senses. Emma talks to Fletcher and admits that she will no longer be the same girl he once loved. The heroine doesn't want to spend the rest of her days fighting and trying to hide her true feelings from other people. Fletcher realizes that they are really different and accepts the ring that his former fiancée hands him. The friends reconcile and apologize to each other for all their mistakes. Liv confesses that she has become completely different and has learned not to hide her feelings. Marion suggests starting the ceremony over. Emma leads her friend to the wedding before it pinned her hairpin of the very bride, which they saw so long ago in the plaza. At the celebration, the heroine decides to dance with Nate. Daniel asks Liv not to interfere with them, to let things run their course. Marion realizes that there are indeed very strong bonds in the world. Sometimes you manage to find someone like that, but you don't even realize their value until something extraordinary happens. A year later, Emma, who has become Nate's wife, reveals that she's expecting a baby. Liv replies that she's in the position to. The friends realize that their children are to be born on the same day and rejoice in it. This is the end of the movie. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this movie, and see you in new videos.